And we're back to Professional Farmer 2014. And the last time I was here, I finished using the baler. We baled that field over there after we harvested it with our new harvester. And we're supposed to get in the tractor and hook up the plow, which we're going to do now. Figure out how to do it. Oh, come on. It's only been a couple days since, well, actually, it's been a couple weeks since I played this game. Okay. What's my deal here? Jump in the tractor. And why can I not hook up the plow? Alright, there's enough of that beeping. Let's change the camera view. Okay, get my bearings here. Let's go. No, can't I go back? That nasty beep, beep, beep's driving me nuts. Now I should be able to just. Why am I not lined up right? Is that why? Oh, for crying out loud. There we go. There we go. There we go. Alright. I can't believe it's been that long that I can't remember how to play the stupid game. It's not that complicated. Really, believe me. Now, if you've been watching my farming simulator, you know that I've been ill. So I'm blaming everything on delirium. Excuse me. Yeah, I've been delirious, so what can I say? And I'm lost. Where's my field at? I know it's around here someplace. Oh, there's the big yellow circle. Follow the big yellow circle. I forget we're still in tutorial. God. This is terrible. Alright, you can stop laughing now. Okay, we're almost there. So we have to plow this field, I guess. It's our next task. So, let's get him lined up. I really should play this game more often so I can remember what the hell I'm supposed to be doing. Alright, so the instructions say to put the plow down, and we're going to be in, I don't think we need to be in 6th gear, probably about 3rd gear if I remember right. And then we're going to go forward see how we're doing. Let's change our... Yeah, okay, we're 3% done already. Boy, we're on a roll. Did we do this before? I think we did. It's so hard to tell how big your field is. I guess I'm in the field. Shouldn't be that difficult. In actuality, it probably isn't that difficult. It's just me. Yeah. Alright, let's turn this thing around. Line this thing up again. How did I do it the last time? Probably better than this. I think I just kind of lined up kind of like that, maybe? I don't know. No, that's not right. I think I'm doing this wrong. Let me pick this up. Flip it around the other way. I'm gonna probably have to go over this row. Was that what I was doing before? Like this? More than likely. I don't know. What am I, a farmer or what? Well, I'm gonna do it this way, and if it's not right, it's not right. Too bad, so sad. You know, the name of the game is Professional Farmer, but I never claimed to be a professional. It's the game. The game says it. How bad did I mess that up there? I'm just gonna make a quick turn through the middle. Catch that end right there. Oh, look at that. That's terrible. Pardon me. My throat's still not quite back. It feels good. It's just that, you know, I got that froggy when a court in my throat. Wonder where that ever came from. You've got a frog in your throat. Where does saying like that ever come from? I mean, you never know. You listen to some of these old songs, like, you know, Ring Around the Rosie. That was about the plague. I mean, you know, crazy. Anyway, I'm afraid if I wait till I'm completely better, and I feel great, I feel fine. I'm over the cold. It's just that my body hasn't figured it out yet. That's what happens when you get old. It takes you forever to get better. Okay, well, this is a little bit better. I'm trying to keep this one straight. Maybe I can catch up to where I should have been in the first place. So, I just did a episode of Farming Simulator 2013 about an hour ago. And good or bad, there it is. So, it's still Labor Day. and I'm laboring away because, you know, it's what farmers do. It's going to be a pretty quiet day for me. I don't think we're going to do too much, just relax. I'm wanting to catch up on some games, so I thought I'd do some recording this morning. Take this afternoon and watch a movie or two, I don't know, just relax. If you watched the Farming 2013 episode, or if you do, you'll pretty much hear that I feel like Rip Van Winkle, because I was sleeping for about 36 hours. I was just sick. I just went to bed and never got up. Not literally. I mean, I did get up, but not for long. I'd get up for about 5 or 10 minutes and then go back to bed. I grabbed a little bit of something to eat, some fluid, went right back to bed. So I feel like I want to get some stuff done here. So I want to catch up on all my episodes and do some recording. I have a new piece of equipment I bought. I've got the Blue Yeti microphone, and normally I had it setting on the desk or the work table, and it picked up computer noise because my computers are setting on the tabletop, and one of these days I'll show you my setup as it is. But it picked up a lot of noise, background noise and things like that, and it picked up noise that was, you know, since it was on the tabletop, if there's a computer running on the tabletop with a loud fan, it's going to pick that up. It's going to pick up the vibration. So I bought an arm for it. I don't know what they call them. A microphone stand arm thingy-mabobber, so that I can kind of swing it around, which was the other problem. It was kind of in my way. I had to pull it up next to my keyboard, and every time I start pounding on the keyboard, that noise was there. So hopefully it sounds a little bit better. I was able to, since I can actually swing it around where it's supposed to be, closer to me, I actually turned the gain all the way down and turned the microphone pickup, sound pickup, I turned it down to about 20% is all. But I think it sounds a little better. I don't know, I'll let you be the judge. It's still my nasty old voice. Not only that, it's my voice with a frog in it. Can't get much worse than that. So I hope everybody's having a good Labor Day. If you have kids, don't be too concerned. School will start next week, and, well, in the United States anyway. Most schools start after Labor Day. And you'll have some time off while they're in school. Unfortunately for me, I live across the street from the grade school, local grade school, and it's still kind of summertime here, which means we still might have a few days where I have to have my windows open because it's hot. So there's going to be a lot of noise. I may have to do my recording at night when there's no school buses and stuff. We'll see how it goes. One of these days, maybe I think next year or within a year or so, I might go ahead and put a heat pump in. And if I do that, I'll make sure there's heating and air and then I can keep my windows closed. Fortunately, the house that I own is very, very, very well insulated. If I close, even though school's across the street, and there's buses and noise all day long, people bringing their little munchkins to school and slamming doors and honking horns and parking in my driveway and blocking my mailbox and all that kind of stuff. But my house is so well insulated that if I close the windows and keep the doors closed, you can't hear a thing. You don't hear any of that. So that's pretty fortunate. So if I had air conditioning where I wouldn't have to have the windows and doors open in the summertime, it'd be pretty quiet. So within the next year or two, I think I'm going to do that. Put a heat pump in. Neighbors put one in. Very few people in this area have heating and air. Well, they have heating, but they don't have air conditioning. Very, very, very few houses where I live have air conditioning. It's just not necessary. We only have a few weeks out of the year where it gets over 70 degrees. I think I probably said that before, but that's okay. I'm an old coot. I can't remember from day to day what I've said. Well, this is pretty boring, but at least it's a small field, right? You know, that's the difference now. Farming Simulator, I could hire somebody to do this. And eventually, I guess you can in this game. Now, the difference in this game is when you hire somebody to work in Farmer Simulator 2013, you know, they do the job. They go to town, and you can watch them do the job. In this game, when you hire somebody to do a job, it's instantly done. You don't get to see anything. The job is instantly done, and you're moving on to the next project. So I don't know what I think about that. We'll find out when that time comes, if I ever get that far in the game. I had somebody ask me, a subscriber asked me if this game was worth buying. And, you know, that was hard for me to answer, although I did give him an answer. It was hard for me to answer because, one, you can see I haven't got very far in the game. I'm still in the tutorial. So I really don't know, you know, if the game's worth buying or not. So far, it's been kind of fun. The graphics are good. Okay, I'm not falling for this again. I'm going to finish this field. But anyway, the graphics are really good, and you know, the concept is pretty good. I mean, it's not much different than, you know, some of the other farming games out there. So basically, here's how I answered the question. You know, if this game is worth buying. If you play Farming Simulator 2013. And if you have either played or watched somebody else on YouTube play the more realistic, attempt to do a more realistic farm, and you enjoyed it, either playing or watching, and you like more immersion in your game, more realism, then this game, what I said was, in Farming Simulator 2013, those people that put mods in their game to do more realistic play, that's giving you a flavor of what this game is like, because this game is a more realistic game. You have to physically do things, and so if you like that kind of gameplay, the more realism, you know, the graphics, if you look at the physics of the tractor, okay, I'm going to come up to this field and I'm going to drop this. Did I flip that? I didn't, did I? Talking too dang much. if you watch the physics of the game, when I drop the plow and everything, the tractor moves like there's some weight to it. When you get into the field that you're plowing, you can see that there's furrows, and you can drive into those furrows, and your tractor reacts to it. And so there's a little bit more realistic physics in the game. Now, that being said, Farming Simulator 2015 may add a lot of that. I don't know. We're going to find out in a month or so. But anyway, if you kind of like that kind of gameplay, then, you know, this would probably be worth buying for you and playing. Also, you can look at it this way. If you put this game on your wish list on Steam, Steam has sales all the time. You know, this game's more than likely going to be, you know, on sale sometime. So, heck, buy it when it's 70% off or something. Give it a try. You may like it. So far, it's been kind of fun. It's different. That's all. It's just different than Farming Simulator, if that's what you're comparing it to. And you don't have to do this tutorial. This tutorial's, you know, it's just one season. You do one season and it teaches you how to do everything. But see the tractor, how it's moving, the physics when it goes in a rut? That's kind of cool. It's just a little more hands-on than Farming Simulator 2013 in that respect, in the realism respect. Cultivate the field. Okay. So I have a new task. Well, I wasn't paying attention. Excuse me. Sorry. My throat's still... That frog is moving around. I gotta find out why that is. What? Oops. I'm not lining up to the right piece of equipment, am I? I gotta find out why that is. Whatever possessed somebody to say there's a frog in your throat. I like those kinds of things. I like to find out where old sayings come from. You know, like the three sheets in the wind. And I got one for you that's a little bit, I don't know, risque. You know, so if you're underage, don't listen. Have you ever heard the saying, it's cold enough to freeze the balls on a brass monkey? Well, like I said, those kind of things interest me. And so I did some research to find out about that one. And what I found out was that it's not what you think, you know, when you think about, you know, the balls of a brass monkey, balls of a monkey or whatever. In the old sailing days, on old sail ships, they used to have cannonballs, and they had a triangular piece of brass that was bolted to the deck that the cannonballs were stacked on so they wouldn't roll, and that triangular piece of brass was called a brass monkey. So if the cannonballs or the balls that were stacked on the brass monkey froze, it was cold. So if it's cold enough to freeze the balls on the brass monkey, it's cold. There you go. Uh-oh, I think I'm going too fast. Let me go back down. Now, I wonder if I actually can't cultivate a little bit faster. Let's see. Will that still work? Looks like it's still working. I don't know if I'm doing a good enough job, but we'll find out. It'll tell me in the end. Yeah, so anyway, I really enjoy finding out what old sayings are, where they came from, what they really meant. The ring around the rosy, that was during the plague. And I can't remember the whole story, but basically you had pox and ring around the rosy. It wasn't, you hear these kids singing this song, but it was about the plague. Bring out your dead. Can you imagine living back in those times where they used to take their chamber pots and just dump them out the window into the streets? Can you imagine? I just can't imagine. I've watched some of these old... I used to hate history when I was a kid. Excuse me. But I really like history now. I like to watch History Channel, stuff like that. Also, I hated geography. I still hate geography. I can't tell you the difference between Iraq and Iran. I really don't know. But anyway, yeah, I like to watch history and History Channel and stuff like that. But I can't imagine living back in those times. And can you imagine what people smelled like? Because they had to wear a lot of clothes to stay warm. And the theory back then was that if you bathed, if you took a bath, that you washed all the stuff off of you that kept you healthy. And your body oils and stuff, that's what was keeping you from getting sick. And if you took a bath, you'd wash that away and you'd get ill. Of course, to get better, they'd stick a pin in you and bleed you to death. So, that can't be real good either. And, but yeah, it must have been terrible times. Well, I mean, not terrible times to live in, but certainly a lot harder and harsher times to live in. But can you imagine, they wearing that many clothes, and oh, those people must have smelled like, yeah, I don't know. Isn't that gross? Here I am being gross again. But I was thinking about it last night. This is weird. Last night. It's the first of the month, right? So every first of the month, I change the water and filters and stuff in my hot tub. So I had fresh water last night, and I haven't been in the hot tub for a few nights because I've been ill. And I've been running a fever. That's all I need to do is get in a 105 hot tub. But so I changed the water yesterday. I was feeling well enough to do that. And so I decided I was going to use it before I went to bed last night. It cooled down. It was 50-something last night. So I'm sitting in a hot tub and I'm thinking about what we were just talking about. Living back in the old days in your castle. And there used to be, actually I was watching a show where it was in 1700 France. And this guy was looking under the bed of a child because the child thought there was a monster under the bed, right? So they show him looking under the bed, and as he's looking under the bed, there's a bedpan. And of course, they kept their chamber pot by the bed, because if you had to get up and do your thing in the middle of the night, there was no place to go. People didn't have bathrooms. So you grabbed your pan or your pot and you did your business, and the next morning you threw it out the window or whatever you did. But anyway, so that got me to thinking. So I'm sitting in the hot tub and I'm thinking about something else that they used to use. They used to take a pan and the pan had a pole on it, kind of like a broomstick, if you will. But the pan had a bottom and a lid. It was like a frying pan with a lid on it, and they would put coals, hot coals, in that pan, and they would slip it into the bed at night, so that would warm the bed up, so that when you got into bed, you weren't getting into a cold bed. Now, think about it. You're in a castle or some big old house in the 16th, 17th century, and it was probably cold as all get out at night in a house where if you didn't have a fireplace in every room, and you couldn't afford to keep a fire all the time, you'd be going to bed in a cold bed, and it takes a little bit of body heat to warm it up. So yeah, that's probably a luxury, having a pan like that to warm your bed. And don't ask me how I got on this subject. It's crazy. I don't know. Old sayings, I guess. Well, we're almost done with this field. And then it'll probably want us to seed it again. But I'm not fooling around this time. I'm doing the whole field. Wonder what's growing in that field over there. That's not our field, is it? I think it might be. We're almost done. So I was able to do this in Speed 4A, and I still haven't found out what that is. There's 4A, 4B, 4C. I don't particularly know what that means. I need to find out. It's driving me mad. Not really, but it could. And why are these leaves flying around just me? Do you see leaves flying around anywhere else? Just around my tractor. What the heck is that all about? You can buy a truck in this. I need to buy a truck so I have something to drive around. Okay, so our blue circle has moved back to the farm, which means my next part of my tutorial is coming up, and my tractor is filthy. Now, they said something about there's rain, there's weather in the game, but I haven't seen any yet. It's been, so far, it's been pretty nice, but maybe because it's a tutorial. I'm sure glad this tutorial tells me what to do, because I'd have never thought about detaching the cultivator. What happened? Did I run out of fuel? Oh my God, I ran out of fuel. What happens now? Oh my God, I wasn't paying attention to the fuel. What happens? I don't think I have a fuel truck. What? Oh no. This is not right. Oh, what do you do now? Do I have a fuel tank? Do I have a can? Oh no. Can I siphon from another rig? Okay, now how's this for realism? Can I grab this thing and push it over there? Come on, go man. Oh no, no. Oh. What happens now? I don't think I have a fuel can. Oh, you're kidding me. What do I do? Well, this is crazy. Well, I think what I'm going to have to do for now is end the episode here and try to figure out what I'm supposed to do. Oh, God, leave it up to me to run out of fuel. Can you believe that? Well, okay, lesson learned. There is a fuel tank in the tractor, and you need to watch it. Okay, well, I'm going to end the episode here. I'll figure out what the heck to do, and in the next episode, I'll rescue myself, hopefully. In the meantime, have a good Labor Day. Have fun. If you have a barbecue, eat some for me. And happy farming. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.